This is music, and this is a Jawbreaking haul. So I've really gotten into collecting cassette tapes recently. It's just a lot of fun, a lot of nostalgia, of course, and I like the physical dimensions of the cassette tape, and it is arguably the least expensive physical music format these days. So in buying tapes and collecting OGs and also recent releases, I've discovered a lot of cool underground labels. One such label that I discovered because there were a couple of their tapes in a haul I bought from another vendor last year. That's Jawbreaker Records, Swedish underground metal label. They have specialized in the old school styles of heavy metal from the 80s and early 90s. So traditional heavy metal, power metal, speed metal, thrash metal, death metal, and black metal. So that is absolutely cool. And they have specialized in cassette tapes. They also have CDs, and I think they recently started doing vinyls as well. So it's definitely worth keeping an eye on Jawbreaker Records. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to try to just place an order in their web shop and see what the buying experience is like. So I ended up buying no less than 29 tapes, which is a lot, I will say. But, good stuff. You know what I mean? So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you first the tapes, and then I'm going to show you all the goodies and promo materials that were included in the package when it arrived. I placed the order in towards the end of February, and it arrived in the beginning of March. So I think that's pretty good. Let's get down to business. The tapes. Ambush here. Desecrator. On black tape, traditional old school heavy metal, more Ambush, Firestorm, also on black tape. Here is the first Jawbreaker release in the batch here, Armory the Search. I got interested in Armory because of the sort of sci-fi themed visual artwork that was associated with this band. Bloodstar the Fear on a white yellow cassette tape shell, whatever. I got the Commando demo from 2018. Die for the Metal Supremacy. I have fondness for demo tapes, and then a Commando album, Rites of Damnation here on black tape. Some death metal now, Cultist, Pillars of Flesh on a black tape with a pin, because it's Dying Victims production. They like including pins with their tapes. Now some power metal. The Hellish Fight Goes On by Eternal Thirst on red cassette tape. It's darker than it looks on camera, and it has a really cool print on it. I do think generally a lot of the cassette tapes that come out today look better than they did back in the 80s. I gotta say that. Evoke, Seeds of Death on black tape with a pin. Another Dying Victims release. Fortress, an EP called Fortress on a white tape with red letters on it, in case you are interested in that. Guillotino, Conjuration. There you go. cool. And then a bunch of Haunt tapes. So up first, Luminous Eyes, black tape or black shell, Burst into Flame on a white tape shell. So now I can have a very limited game of chess. Mosaic Vision here, also Haunt on golden tape. I don't know where that fits into my chess game. If Icarus Could Fly on a brown cassette tape. No shit jokes here. Haunt again, Mind Freeze, and we're back to a black tape. So that is nice. A bunch of Hall, Hellish here. The Offspring of Warlock demo compilation on a white cassette tape here. The next one is cool. Extreme Hatred by Hypnosia on a red tape. And this was a gift from Jawbreaker Records. They said, have you heard Hypnosia? I'm just going to send you this tape for free because I think you're going to like it. So I really appreciate that. Thanks, Jawbreaker Records. I really appreciate that. That's so nice, right? That makes for a very positive buying experience too. And I do know that Hypnosia were a really great thrash metal band. Iron Curtain, Danger Zone, a Dying Victims thing on white cassette tape. There's a song on it called Danger Zone. I don't know if it's a cover version of the Kenny Loggins song. That would actually be pretty cool if it were, but I'm not sure. And Mortal Whisper, another Jawbreaker release here on a cool red tape with yellow print on it. Pile of Death, also out on Jawbreaker, brown tape, and it's number 43 out of 50, so almost at the end of the line there if you want to pick one up. Some speed metal, Pounder Uncivilized on a cool red cassette tape. More Pounder, Breaking the World, just on transparent cassette tape shell thingy here. Reckless as a single on a cassette tape, and this tape looks really, really old school. So it's Relentless Assault and Prisoner. The next one is really cool, I'll say. It looks really cool. Thunderstrike, and the artwork is printed on the sort of outer shell, which I think is really, really cool. And there's a cool print on the back of the outer shell as well. So that's definitely a collectible, I'd say. Thunderslave, Unchain the Night. This one is 20 out of 50. Very cool. It was on transparent cassette tape, so that is nice. And that's out on Headbangers Zone. The next one, Tøronto, Under Siege, more like punk metal. And really, you know, if we're going to be a stickler, they have this letter in it that means it's actually pronounced Tøronto. There you go. Total Inferno here. It's called PEMFH, but it also says Pure Evil Cassette from Hell. And that ain't a bad place to be. It's just out on sort of dark, transparent cassette tape. That's really nice. This one here, Tyranno Satan, on a black tape. And this one just came out a couple of days ago. Katakumbanas Kakophony. Sorry for butchering the Swedish language. I do understand Swedish, but I don't speak it. But there you go. Very cool stuff. And the lyrics are in Swedish too. So I think it's cool when artists sort of express themselves in their native languages. I like that. Even if I don't understand what they're singing. I do, as I said, understand Swedish a bit. But yeah, cool stuff. And the last one is On Procreation, Ionic Metanoia, on this cool old school looking cassette tape with a nice black and yellow, almost striper themed kind of label. So yeah, cool. Some very cool tapes. Let's have a look at all the other stuff that was included. So you have a bunch of stickers, some Jawbreaker stickers. There you go, another one. And then you got, I have 2 versions of this. Really nice. And another one of the first one I showed you. So some Jawbreaker stickers. They also included a bunch of stickers that came with a lot of the tapes. So this one here is the Thunder Slave sticker. That's nice. Have a cultist sticker here. Evoke, Seeds of Death. Seeds of Death. There you go. The Reckless. And the sticker for, I just have to figure out what's up and down here. In procreation. On procreation. Not in. On procreation. Armory. Mercury. That's another release. I gotta pick that up at some point. Storm Death. I haven't heard these guys, so interesting. This cool sticker too, another one I haven't heard. So these might be some of the next things I will pick up from Jawbreaker. Here's the Tøronto Satan sticker, very cool. Another Armory sticker, so another thing I will probably pick up. Got some more Storm Death here. And the Thunderstrike sticker, nice. A patch for the Tøronto tape in case I want to make a battle vest, also known as just a denim vest with some patches on it. There were also some cool buttons that came with the Jawbreaker tapes, and they also included some cool posters. So the first one is the Eternal Thirst poster, very nice there. And a poster for the Unprocreation release, very cool. I really like this artwork. That is awesome to have that in a bit larger format. Again, Tøronto Under Siege poster, that is nice. And there's a last poster here. That's the Thunder Slave poster. So great stuff, right? A bunch of posters. There's also some really cool promo material included, which I'm going to show you just to promote the artists, basically. Already shown you the tape, the Total Inferno tape. It looks like they just used the J card as a sort of like a promo flyer. That's pretty cool, I think. Another Armory thing here, and the Hypnosia. Very good stuff. More Armory, The Search. That's the tape I picked up. Then Pile of Death, and it's Death Thrash from Småland. I'm sorry again, Swedish people, but it's Death Thrash. And here you have some sort of different things. So you have the Tøronto Satan vinyl, it looks like, and Majestic Storm vinyl. So I think these might be the 2 first vinyl releases on Jawbreaker Records. So if you want to be part of history, maybe you want to pick these up. And as you can see, there's also a yellow version of the Hypnosia tape, and then you have Rising as well. And this one on the back really seems really interesting. Mason Magic, the first ever real audio solo RPG adventure app. Hear the epic story unfold as told by a narrative voice, accompanied by cinematic music, great sound effects, and a real set of paperback RPG rules. This sounds really fucking cool. When I was a kid, I read a lot of fighting fantasy books. When I was a teenager, I played a lot of role-playing games. Actually, a Swedish game called Dragons and Demons. And they used the artwork that they used for the Dragons and Demons boxes. That's the same artwork that Sirith Ungle that they use for their records. So that's pretty cool, a nice connection. Anyways, yeah, there you go. Another copy of the flyer for Armory and Hypnosia. Then there's this cool flyer for Thunderstrike. This is what they look like. There you go. And Acid. I have this one. I have the picture disc version of this one. And on the back side, there is Nachtlieder. So there you go. And here we have Nemesium. That, I don't know what that is. I don't know. It looks pretty cool. The cover artwork, yeah. A true hybrid of all corners of extreme music. So it's death metal. There's some Scandinavian style melodic black metal as well. So that sounds actually pretty interesting. I might check that out. A Necromancer flyer. Pure black speed metal Armageddon. So there you go. In case you're interested in that. I haven't heard these guys myself. Then there's a flyer for Dying Victims, some Nocturnal, Hell Crash, Knife, Hexenbread, and Sex Mag on this side. And some other cool things on the back side. I love Dying Victims productions too. And here's a label I've not heard, Destruction. So there's Deus Mortis. And there is, the other one is Sphinx. So that might be worth checking that out. And a really cool thing is that there's this Jawbreaking news, kind of like magazine newsletter. Really like the artwork on it. Oh, there's a sort of a print flyer here as well. It's pretty cool. Yeah, very cool. So, you know, some updates, some news stories about some of the, you know, Jawbreaker releases and artists. And yeah, that is cool. And like a description of the tracks from an Armory release. So I really like that. That's a kind of like very underground thing. So that's cool. And lastly, there was also this very cool personal message for me. I like that personal touch. It just says, hey, thanks for the mega order. If you haven't heard Hypnosia, I'll send you the cassette. I think you will like it. And thank you so much for the Hypnosia cassette. I really appreciate that. That's absolutely great. I like this personal touch. And Hypnosia, it is a great release. Yeah. So thanks for that, Jawbreaker Records, and thanks for the personal message. This was a really positive buying experience. I will definitely check out Jawbreaker Records in the future and see what they have on offer in their store. So because that was a really positive buying experience, I will certainly recommend buying their stuff. Thanks for watching.